InfoHub, the top stories for today are: DPP has blanked 3 more of those cases filed by the PPP against government ministers. Prime Minister Nagamutu lauds Guyana's upward movement on the World Press Freedom Index. RAPHAEL workers are assured of government's support. The Juvenile Justice Bill takes center stage as parliamentary sittings resume. A new variety of paddy has been released, and girls in ICT continue to be the main focus of this week. Do stay with us for these stories and much more.
Paying the right amount of tax helps provide a good credit rating. A good credit rating is a requirement for getting financing.
You can use your good credit rating to get loans to expand your business, buy a house or car, or pay for your university tuition.
Take advantage of the tax amnesty and pay no interest or penalties from now to June 30.
Invest in yourself. Pay your taxes. A message from the Ministry of Finance and the Guyana Revenue Authority.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
We begin by telling you that Attorney General Basil Williams has confirmed that the Director of Public Prosecutions, Shalimar Alihak, has ordered that charges filed by the PPP against Ministers Winston Jordan, David Patterson, and Dr. Rupert Roopnaraine have been discontinued. A copy of the letter instructing the Chief Magistrate to discontinue the matter was submitted to the AG yesterday. The charges by the PPP have been widely condemned as politically motivated and a charade. Previously, the DPP had discontinued charges against Ministers Valdo Lawrence and Dr. George Norton. Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu has lauded Guyana's upwards movement on the World's Press Freedom Index. He spoke with STACY CARMICHAEL just before heading into the National Assembly. Here's what he had to say.
Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu was today asked to share his thoughts on press freedom in Guyana.
I think the press is free, open, plural, and it's kicking.
The Prime Minister's comments comes on the heels of Guyana's recent elevation on the World Press Freedom Index by 5 places. For InfoHub, STACY CARMICHAEL from Parliament.
The 87th sitting of the National Assembly commenced with the reading of several bills, among them the National System Payments Bills, the Local Authorities Amendment Bill, and the Juvenile Justice Bill. Here are the details.
Minister of Public Security Kamraj Ramjatan said that the government of Guyana is seeking to strengthen the juvenile justice system, making it more responsive to the youth and their situation. He took this position to the National Assembly today when he presented the Juvenile Justice Bill 2018 for the second time.
In this day and age, we have to provide a humane alternative to incarceration for young lawbreakers. This certainly will assist in helping them avoid falling deeper into a life of crime and helping our country, as I said earlier, from becoming a jailhouse nation.
The bill makes provision for those alternatives, the minister explained.
Other alternative sanctions or diversions can come from the newly created Office of Director of Juvenile Justice. It would be up to the creativity and the imagination of this office to come up with more innovative diversions, which of course must ensure the young offender is dealt with in a manner appropriate to his or her well-being and proportionate to the circumstances of the offense.
The Juvenile Justice Bill seeks to amend and consolidate the law in relation to criminal justice for juveniles and make provision for proceedings with respect to young offenders. It also provides for the establishment of facilities for the custody, education and rehabilitation of those offenders. Alexis Rodney for InfoHub.
RAPHAEL workers were assured of government's support by Natural Resources Minister RAPHAEL TROTMAN. This comes as a task force is established to ensure Bauxite Company of Guyana Incorporated (BCGI) workers were not adversely affected by recent sanctions against parent company Russia Aluminum. RAPHAEL Crystal Stahl has more.
On Wednesday, Minister of Natural Resources RAPHAEL TROTMAN personally delivered assurances to RAPHAEL Guyana workers.
We are here to assure you that we are not going to see our jobs just go aside. We are going to be fighting.
The task force will be headed by Minister within the Ministry of Natural Resources, Simona Brooms.
Just know the reason for the task force is not to sit down and take information, but to come with solutions.
Last week, the United States Treasury Department announced the sanctions against RAPHAEL, which would effectively ban the company from conducting business in American currency. RAPHAEL Guyana is a majority stakeholder in BGCI and a subsidiary of RAPHAEL. Managing Director of BCGI, Valerie Vinokurov, explained that the mining operations had halted operations following the announcement of the sanctions. RAPHAEL Guyana will now resume work after being stalled for some 10 days. He assured workers that RAPHAEL Guyana will continue to work and produce locally. Crystal Stahl for InfoHub.
The mayors and other officials in Guyana's towns are now better equipped in financial management thanks to a Ministry of Communities round table. Tiffany Rogers has the details.
Guyana's 9 municipalities met at a roundtable forum today to clarify misconceptions and be guided on financial management systems for the sustainable development of their towns. The forum is part of efforts to reform the local government system, Minister of Communities Ronald Balkan says.
Strengthening the revenue base and financial sustainability of councils is a key pillar of the ministry's three-pronged approach, the other two being our commitment to the democratic renewal and to the institutional strengthening and capacity building, to rehabilitating the system of local government.
The Local Government Commission is empowered with prescribing how financial records are to be kept. Commission Chairman Mortimer Mingo says this is important for regulating the local government system.
It is by way of regulations that we could ensure that we have uniformity and we can have stricter accountability as it relates to the finances of the various local democratic organs across Guyana.
This is the second roundtable to be hosted by the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Guyana Association of Municipalities. Reporting for InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
We stay with Tiffany as she reports now that preparations for Guyana's hosting of the Judges and Prosecutors Workshop on May 2 to 5 are on track.
Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Basil Williams says Guyana will be adequately represented at the conference.
Justice Navindra Singh has been identified by the Chancellor and Justice Barlow. The DPP would be attending.
The conference is an initiative of Minister Williams in his capacity as chair of the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force, CFATF.
The outcomes intended include having a better appreciation on the part of both bench and prosecution of the nature of money laundering offenses, terrorist financing, and what has been added to this is countering violent extremism.
The conference will be held at the Pegasus Hotel on May 2 to 5. It is a collaboration between the Commonwealth Secretariat and the Caribbean Development Bank. One judge and one prosecutor from each of CFATF's 25 member states will be participating. Reporting for InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
Rice farmers now have another option. This comes as the GRDB today released a new paddy variety, which has shown excellent potential for better yields. Here is our hard-working rookie communications officer, Stefan Gabriel.
At the launch of the new variety of rice, GRDB 15, Minister of Agriculture Noel Holder described the new paddy variety as another step in Guyana's rice industry's evolution.
Today marks the beginning of another exciting chapter in the evolution of the productive potential of Guyana's rice industry. The release of this new high-yielding variety builds on the results of continuing research at the Rice Research Station at Burma. The Guyana Rice Development Board is constantly searching for and incorporating new varieties and technology to improve the productivity of rice farming in Guyana.
With the semi-draft paddy variety possessing excellent early vigor with good tillering ability and canopies, the minister also highlighted other strengths of the variety.
GRDB is a high-yielding variety that provides more bags per acre, which translates into increased income for farmers. The variety also has a strong tolerance to lodging. It has better milling recovery, a 5% more yield when compared with other varieties, meaning millers too will increase their incomes.
The GRDB 15 paddy variety was developed by the Guyana Rice Development Board and has been put through 33 trials at their Burma Rice Research Station and farmers across the country. It is expected that the variety will be a good economic choice for the farmers and will see a rapid expansion of acreage across the country. GRDB 15 is available for cultivation in 2018. For InfoHub, Stefan Gabriel.
We end now with another story about girls in ICT. Stacy is back to wrap up InfoHub today.
First Lady Mrs. Sandra Granger today at the launching of the Girls in ICT Day 2018, Caribbean Tech Lab, Guyana, reminded that information communication technology, ICT, is one of the world's fastest growing sector. She underscored the vital importance of developing and building on ICT skills, given that 2/3 of the jobs in the near future will require this.
One study estimates that in the next, and I quote, in the next 10 years, 80% of the jobs will require a blend of STEM. Globally, nearly one new STEM job will replace 4 jobs lost for men and replace 20 jobs lost for women, putting women seriously at the risk of losing out.
Minister of Public Telecommunications Catherine Hughes, in her address, pointed to the multifaceted use of technology in a number of fields. And with the emergence of the oil and gas industry, Minister Hughes highlighted the need for an ICT proficient population.
The entire developed world has gone digital, and Guyana has the opportunity to take the best of all the initiatives and make sure that we create a population that is ICT proficient. And this is a foundation of the development of our country.
Meantime, Business Minister Dominic Gaskin expressed the need for more local businesses to utilize ICT in their transactions. He believes that Guyana can become a hub for innovation and technology in this part of the world.
None of this is impossible. However, none of this is likely to happen unless we create the space for this industry to grow and to become relevant to our country's development.
Students at today's Tech Lab will benefit from teaching on topics such as design thinking with Google and introduction to website development. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
Connect with us 24/7 on our website, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and WhatsApp for more details as we bring you updates on the fast-paced and exciting developments across Guyana. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
The Ministry of Finance has announced a tax amnesty effective January 1 to September 30, 2018.
This means that you can pay all your outstanding income, property, corporate, capital gains, and withholding taxes. File your taxes before June 30, 2018, and all interest and penalties will be waived, or file before September 30, 2018, and pay only 50% of the interest and penalties accrued.
Invest in your country. Pay your taxes. A message from the Ministry of Finance and the Guyana Revenue Authority.